Okay, so we got the intake manifold on, the lower intake manifold's on, but the intake plenum's still off. So it's a good time to be able to reach and access the back so that we can get to the PCV system. The PCV system is made up of two hoses. One hose goes to the PCV valve on the back of the passenger side valve cover and then ends up back at the air filter. And the other one goes to the passenger side valve cover and goes to the intake system just behind the throttle body. Okay, these hoses we're going to remove. We're no longer going to directly ingest the PCV directly into the motor. Okay, so to do that, we're going to need a catch can system, which we use our Prodigy Performance catch can. So catch can we're going to go over in just a minute here. So this hose system is going to be removed. There's certain parts you're going to reuse. This comes pre-assembled in our system. The shorter length goes to the passenger side. We're going to reuse both of the 90-degree ends. They sometimes they'll put a little glue in the inside here, so you got to work it a little bit, maybe get a screwdriver in there to get it off, but it'll come off. You're good. So the passenger side one points in the down direction. Okay? And this is going to point towards the rear. It's simple, it moves. And this is low pressure. This is just ventilation. All right? This one comes straight off like this, points to the engine. Okay? These two other hoses we're not going to use. Now we got this. Now we're going to come through the PCV valve. Going to catch all of the crankcase vapors here. I'm going to purge them straight over to one line. All right? This one line is going to install here. It's going to go over to our catch can. So our catch can, the PCV vapors come in through here. All right, there's a media inside the can that allows the vapor to condense. It'll turn to back into straight oil droplets. The oil is going to, from gravity, is going to drop through here, collect at the bottom, and slowly trickle out. And there's another hose here, and it's going to feed back into. It's going to feed back into the oil pan. Okay, so this will be installed here, and it's going to route over to this fitting that's installed on the oil pan. Now this will go here, and the turbocharger drain goes right next to it. Now most catch can systems, they got a thing at the bottom, you got to unscrew it, you got to keep an eye on it, see how full it gets, you got to drain it. Most people pour it back into the motor. When it gets too full, it'll overfill. It's just one more thing to do. We went through trouble, had this can made, and we're going to catch all of it, turn it back into oil, straight oil liquid, and return it back into the engine, leaving you with nothing to do. The excess pressure, low pressure, it's just more like a vapor, will come off the top here via this hose, which will route as well here, and we'll route it all the way over to the engine air filter. Okay? This will route all the way back over to our engine air filter. We installed on the turbocharger, and this will go here. This will minimize the amount of liquid oil that's consumed into the combustion. The liquid oil could cause detonation, cause ring fouling, carbon deposits. It just extenuates continually other issues in the engine. Liquid oil through the plenum, it's not a good idea. So this whole catch can system is going to be installed underneath the brake booster. It comes complete. It's mostly assembled like you see here. There is two existing studs on the firewall underneath the brake booster. Comes with stainless steel hardware, mount it to it, choose 10 millimeters, very simple. I'll show you later, but I get this installed first. I recommend installing this first. Getting your hoses up there and installed, right? And then you're going to feed this up to the engine. It's about that far. So everything's cut to length. You don't have to measure. It's all already comes with the fittings on it. Feed this up here, and then you just simply push it on. Okay? You're going to simply just push it on, right onto the end here. You don't need a clamp. You don't need a zip tie. Nothing. Special fittings. Push hose. Push connection. One thing I want to point out here, again, the same thing. You see everything's black, it's anodized, it's aluminum, stainless hardware. It just looks like it belongs. It meets the quality that you'd expect from Prodigy Performance. So all the fittings, they look like they go, they blend. It's not, oh, there's a blue fitting, there's a red fitting, there's, you know, there's a stainless steel braided line that's going to cut a hole in something. Nothing is going to detract from the quality that Jeep made the vehicle as. Another thing just continue to expect from Prodigy Performance. Now we're going to put our heater hoses on to the heater core at the firewall. The assembly, the hose already come assembled. Put the clamps on and orientate the clamps so they'll be best access while you tighten them. Now the one with the T fitting here, this is going to go on the passenger side, and the other one is straight. This one's going to go on the driver's side. Okay, so I'm going to attach those two now. There it goes. Okay, one. 1/4 inch nut driver, works good. Going over, tighten the clamps. All right, I had a 1/4 inch nut driver, so I'm switching over to a 1/4 inch socket and a ratchet. It just seemed to be a little better access. Okay, now let's get the straight one going. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get the other clamp onto there. It's good. Okay, so we got our PCV ventilation hose here. Just going to install the T's pretty much towards the back of the vehicle, down a little bit. This next hose goes down on the passenger side and straight forward on the driver's side. Actually, the shorter side is on the driver's side. That brings it closer to the catch can itself. So we're going to go ahead and put this in now. Let's put this in. Simple routing, just get it back there. This one, remember, is the downside over here. Okay, that's already on, no problem there. And get this wire harness there and push it straight on. All right, now we can route the open-ended hose. This goes all the way over to our catch can. So I'm going to push this down in that direction, slide it on. We'll attach it in a further step.